Territorial Correctional Facility in Canyon City, Colorado, to meet a bank robber once married to one of the country's best-selling authors. In 1972, Danielle Steel was a 20-something journalist when she met Danny Zugelder inside the Vacaville prison in California.
She was doing a freelance article, and part of the article required her to go and interview some prison inmates.
Zugelder was doing time for robbing banks. Would you say it was love at first sight?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
And so despite her knowledge of you being a bank robber, she still pursued a relationship over the phone?
Well, she was an upper-class socialite that was into rebelling, and she was going through a separation with her then husband, who was a banker. So the irony of going from a banker to a bank robber, she pursued me.
During the next year and a half, Steel wrote to Zugelder and visited him often.
She would come up on a Thursday and leave on Monday.
And how many hours would you have together?
All day, from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we had a great physical attraction. We would make out in the visiting room.
She did everything she could to help get him parole, and set him up and got him a job. When he got out, gave him a place to live.
On the outside, Danny, the ex-con, didn't fit in. Was it difficult to adjust to her sort of high society life after you'd been in prison for so long?
Oh, yeah, it was really hard to adjust, you know. Basically, I had the power in prison. And when I got out, she had all the power. It was her house, her money, her expense accounts.
Soon after his release, Zugelder went on a crime spree.
In a week's time, he mugged and assaulted an old woman, literally around the corner from Danielle's apartment. And also in that same week's time, he raped a woman.
Zugelder ended up behind bars again. So what happened next then?
We would sit and talk about it in the visiting room. Hey, you know, we might as well get married. We could have conjugal visits. And so we decided to get married.
Basically for the conjugal visits.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, it was also you know, a proclamation of our love, of course.
Still, the relationship went sour. Steel filed for divorce and began seeing another felon, Bill Toth. She then wrote the book that launched her career.
The novel Now and Forever wound up being a bestseller, and it was about a woman who was involved with a man who is convicted of rape and is wrongly accused and goes to prison.
You know, she just creates a fantasy world, and then she writes about it. And that's basically, I thought at the time, her life and our life.
Steel signed the divorce papers in April 1978. The next day, the author married Bill Toth, a recovering drug addict on parole. But Toth didn't stay clean for long.
He was using again, and he got caught, and he went to prison for several years.
That ended the relationship, but the love affair lived on in Danielle Steel's writing.
All these books have little dark pieces of her past kind of stuck in there. You'd never know it unless you really knew her.